This was a long par putt on number 5. Brain Helen and a fist pump.
It's been an amazing year for Caitlin Clark. After dominating the WNBA with possibly the greatest rookie season of all time, she stepped into the world of golf as an amateur and stole the spotlight. Her performance has led to some very heavy praise from serious legends, and the LPGA is now spotlighting Caitlin as a golf star. But not everybody is a fan of the kind of ovation and acceptance Caitlin is getting. Amidst rumors of neglect to their biggest star, the WNBA is fuming over the red carpet treatment Clark is getting from the LPGA. You'll have to stick around as we uncover how Caitlin Clark's star power is raising tensions between two of women's biggest sports leagues.
The Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah, StubHub started seeing this really early as soon as she announced she was going to be in the WNBA draft. In fact, StubHub says they've seen a more than 90% increase in interest in ticket sales this season compared to last season.
Caitlin Clark spent the year changing how people view women's basketball in America. She brought a lot more eyeballs to the WNBA with her Rookie of the Year performance and completely changed the respect most basketball fans have for female basketball. In her first season with the Indiana Fever, Caitlin averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, raising the bar super high for first-year players in the league.
Gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Look at Wheeler staring to the right side, knows who's there, drop pass behind. Could be the deepest shot we've seen Caitlin Clark make as a pro. Big one.
I mean, Caitlin was already shattering records to the floor in her rookie season. She became the first player in WNBA history to record over 100 three-pointers and 300 assists in a single season, a feat that had fans and analysts alike calling her a generational talent. As if the numbers were not impressive enough, Caitlin's impact was felt even when she was off the court. She brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA, drawing in fans who had never watched the league before. Indiana Fever games saw a significant spike in attendance, with fans traveling from across the country to watch her play. Television ratings for games featuring Caitlin also skyrocketed, with viewership numbers increasing by as much as 30% when she's playing. Caitlin's rivalry with Angel Reese also added fuel to the growing buzz around women's basketball in the country, creating one of the most talked about narratives in sports this year. From their NCAA performances, it was clear that these two would bring a lot of action to the league, and boy did they deliver. Their rivalry carried over to the WNBA, where both players entered as rookies in 2024. Fans eagerly anticipated their matchups, which lived up to the hype. In their first meeting, Caitlin dropped 28 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. But Caitlin's influence extended far beyond stats. She brought charisma, swagger, and a fresh wave of excitement to the WNBA. Her rise was a cultural moment, one that only increased the growing appetite for women's basketball in America. The WNBA was handed a golden goose with number 22 on her back, and it was up to them to fully capitalize on her momentum and build a brand with Clark as the face of the league, like the NBA had done with the likes of LeBron James and Steph Curry. To everyone's great surprise, the WNBA let the golden opportunity slip right through their fingers. But Caitlin Clark is taking the world by storm once again, this time not on the basketball court.
Caitlin Clark brought her golf game to the LPGA Tour today, playing in a Pro-Am that attracted a bigger crowd than the tour often gets. Clark played at the back nine at Pelican Golf Club with Nelly Korda. She's the #1 player in women's golf now.
As an amateur golfer, she's flipping the script on how people view women in golf. And if you thought her influence stopped at three-pointers, her performance at the LPGA's Annika Pro-Am will prove you wrong. Her performance at the tournament stirred up so much excitement, admiration, and now a bit of drama. Both the media and top golf players couldn't hold their praises for Caitlin. 8-time LPGA titles winner Nelly Korda had this to say about Caitlin after the two were paired together for the Annika Pro-Am. So amazing. She's so sweet, so nice. It was nice to get to spend some time with her. We've messaged little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend time with her and see the influence she has on people, bringing people out here and to see how amazing an influence she is, just for sports, was really cool to see firsthand today. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan told journalists at Golf Week how impressed he was with Clark's performance on the golf course. "It is incredible. It was awesome to watch. What really struck me was her love of the game. Clearly, her competitive spirit and fire come through, and her ability comes through loud and clear on some of those tee shots." Monahan went on to praise Clark's ability on the course, despite being an amateur playing against pro golfers. "You know, she's been playing seriously for a year and a half. I've never seen someone in a year and a half strike the ball like that. And she's gonna be playing this game for a long time." Others on the tour echoed Nelly and Monahan's sentiments, marveling at Caitlin's ability to unite fans across different sports. And now, the drama. Not everyone is thrilled about Caitlin's crossover stardom. The WNBA, where insiders are reportedly fuming over CeCe's reception in the golf world. Insiders suggest league officials are frustrated, not just because of the LPGA's success, but because they feel they've fumbled an opportunity to capitalize on Caitlin's star power. There's even talk of tension among WNBA veterans, some of whom reportedly feel overshadowed by the attention Clark is receiving. Despite Clark's record-breaking rookie season in basketball, the buzz around her golf ventures seems to be stealing all the spotlight. While golf fans flock to see Caitlin tee off, and rumors of a professional contract from the LPGA is circulating the media, WNBA fans are wondering why their league isn't getting the same shine. But the real question should be, why didn't the league give Caitlin Clark the same shine? Despite all her accomplishments, the league's recognition of her achievements has been surprisingly underwhelming. Take her Rookie of the Year award, for instance. Instead of a grand celebration, it was handed out in an empty stadium with barely a whisper of fanfare.
Is Caitlin Clark in the room?
She sure is.
Yeah. Caitlin, it feels like just yesterday when I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft, and I know the best is yet to come. So,
Thanks.
congratulations, Caitlin. You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
For someone who's done so much for the league in just one season, this lack of acknowledgement feels like a missed opportunity. Fans are frustrated and they're asking the hard question: why isn't the WNBA celebrating Caitlin the way other leagues would celebrate their rising stars?
Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
The LPGA, on the other hand, seems to have cracked the code. At the Annika Pro-Am, Caitlin was paired with none other than Nelly Korda, the world's top-ranked female golfer. This wasn't just a game of golf, it was a masterstroke in spotlighting women's sports. Fans packed the Pelican Golf Club to catch a glimpse of Caitlin taking her swings, and the media coverage was off the charts. The LPGA treated Caitlin like royalty, a sharp contrast to the lukewarm reception from her home league. The result? The LPGA not only showcased Caitlin's crossover appeal, but also positioned itself as a trailblazer in elevating women's sports. Nelly Korda was effusive in her praise, admitting, "I never watched basketball before Caitlin. She's incredible." Even the legendary Annika Sorenstam, who hosted the event, called Caitlin an inspiration for all women's sports. But here's the irony: Caitlin's rise should be a win for everyone involved. Her star power has brought more attention to women's sports than ever before, and both leagues stand to benefit from her influence. Yet, while the LPGA was busy writing the playbook on how to elevate a star, the WNBA seems stuck in its old ways, prioritizing balance over boldness.
Perfect opportunity for the WNBA to do, have you seen it when an NBA player or a football player goes to an NBA game or goes to wherever and they'll be in the comments or they'll just say something something cute? This was the perfect time for the WNBA to also be posting about this.
The WNBA finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with a tension that mirrors a larger issue. how to balance celebrating standout players like Caitlin Clark while promoting the league as a whole. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has often emphasized the importance of unity over individual stardom. But is this cautious approach costing the league its best chance at explosive growth? Now let's flip the script and look at how the LPGA handled Caitlin during the Annika Pro-Am. Pairing her with Nelly Korda, the world's top-ranked female golfer, was nothing short of a marketing masterstroke. The LPGA didn't just invite Caitlin to play, they made her the star of the show. From packed crowds at the Pelican Golf Club to live event coverage, the LPGA showed exactly how to capitalize on Caitlin's crossover appeal.
Caitlin Clark.
She did not lack an audience.
This is the most relatable thing I think you and I and most people in our audience can go through. If you've ever played in the Pro-Am, you know how nervy it is. Can you imagine doing that in front of that?
Social media took notice. One tweet hit hard. "This is wonderful that one person can move so many people to love sports. It's an amazing thing no matter what sport it is. We're heading towards a society of people who sit a lot. Such an inspiration to move." Another fan echoed the frustration. Caitlin is a generational talent, and the WNBA is treating her like just another player. The sentiment was clear. The WNBA had fumbled a golden opportunity. They turned her appearance into a must-watch event, and the results spoke for themselves. Crowds swarmed, coverage soared, and the LPGA proved what happens when a league embraces a star's crossover appeal. Fans couldn't help but notice the stark differences. Viral tweets called out the WNBA's hesitation, with one summing it up perfectly. LPGA has posted about Caitlin more this week than the WNBA has since she was drafted. For Caitlin, the Pro-Am was just another stage to shine on. For the LPGA, it was a marketing masterclass. And for the WNBA, it's a wake-up call they can't afford to ignore. Will the WNBA learn from this and fully embrace Caitlin's brilliance? Or will they let other leagues continue to show them how it's done? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.